Welcome to the Game Day Gauntlet. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Week 13. 4 weeks left in the regular season. We're ready to go from VFN HQ. San Diego, LA kicks us off today. A pair of 6-6 teams doing battle. That's a big one. 6-6 Chicago hosting Miami. Today at 5-7, the Pirates have been slipping down the Eastern Conference. Rochester ascending across or up the Eastern Conference. 4-8 for Rochester, 3-9 Minnesota. Two teams that want to get out of the basement. So do New Orleans and Vegas, both at 3-9. Dallas upset last week against Phoenix. They go on the road to take on Wichita. 6-6. They've lost 2 in a row. How about coast to coast tonight? New York and Dakota, combined record of 21-3 through 12 weeks. Huge one. Then St. Louis and the Archangel defense welcome Salt Lake, who's lost a couple but is trending up as they've got a new weapon in Mac Anthony, and the rest of those Hornets trying to turn their season around as they have fallen to 4-8. Monday night, Austin will take on Phoenix. 7-5, 5-7. Should be a really good game as Phoenix has been playing much better football over the past month. San Diego and Los Angeles kicks us off here on the Game Day Gauntlet. Welcome to everyone who is with us here at kickoff, and good luck on bingo today as we push through towards the postseason. Let's get it going. Welcome to sunny Los Angeles, California, where the San Diego Wildcats at 6-6 take on the Los Angeles Aztecs at 6-6. Earlier this season, as this is a second meeting between these two teams, earlier this season, San Diego collapsed and fell apart. Lost to Los Angeles 42-34 in one of the most exciting games of the 2026 UFL season. Now in the All Reds, how will Los Angeles fare in the rematch at home? They're coming off a 1-point victory against the Salt Lake Hornets in prime time. That was one of the best games of the 2026 UFL season. San Diego and LA from California, an early 11 a.m. tip, or 11 a.m. kick, I should say, gets us started on the Game Day Gauntlet. Settle in, everybody. From the 4-yard line, San Diego on the return. This Wildcat team has been playing some great football. They are now the second highest scoring offense in the UFL at 29 points per game, and Zach Holdorf on the first play takes off for 14 yards. San Diego also the 6th best scoring defense in the UFL, giving up 22.2 points per game. Payne Price is your clubhouse leader at 1,617 yards. He has 4 games to get less than 400 yards, and he's averaging 134.8 yards per game. He gets his first carry there, and will meet the offense. For Zach Holdorf, he is 10th in the league in rushing, averaging 82.3 yards per game. So this San Diego team, always a tough task. They are the only team that has 2 top 10 rushers, and San Diego averages 235 rushing yards per game. That is 70 more than any other team in the league. They also have 12 more carries than any other team in the league. Phoenix actually runs the second most, as Holdorf takes off and runs and gets to midfield. It'll bring up 3rd down and short for Los Angeles' defense. So how is that run defense for LA? 7th best in the league, giving up 111 points per game. The top 2 running defenses, New York and Dakota, will take on each other tonight in the first game of our UFL Coast to Coast. Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith get the honor of calling that game. We also have Tyler Falk and Eric Vinson calling Salt Lake and St. Louis tonight. So it should be a good day of UFL football. On 3rd down and 3, San Diego gives it off to Payne Price, and he is inches short of the first down. We'll see if San Diego goes for it on the opening drive, but for the moment, LA has got to stop. DJ Kilgannon in the house, waiting on seeing Kilgannon and Scotty Scruggs and the Dallas Talons taking on the Wichita Flyers later in the broadcast. Shout out to Pseudo's in the chat. Peter's here. Twiggy in the house looking to try to extend her streak. How many consecutive broadcasts have you gotten a bingo, Twiggy? I feel like you've got the longest running streak in the league. Skinny's here. That's an old name, old face. Welcome to the UFL. Jack Gustafson, Grant Hardaway, Clutch Grab, Justin Reside, Robert Brady, all in the house as Los Angeles starts with a crosser. Picks up about half of what they need. Los Angeles is led by Ronnie Shanahan, 14 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions in 12 starts. In the passing game, Fergus Henderson is 47 yards away from a 1,000-yard season, 55 catches, 953 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Second down and 5. They flip it out to Breeze. That lost 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Los Angeles. Ilian on the stop. For San Diego, they have their defense has been reborn with the signings of Ricky Tidwell and Carver Clark. Clark in 7 games has 2 interceptions, but Ricky Tidwell in 5 games with 4 picks. Brian Schutz has 5 interceptions to lead the way for the Wildcats. On 3rd down and 7, Ronnie Shanahan, a little floater route across the 30-yard line to Henderson for the first down, as Henderson continues his approach to 1,000 receiving yards this season. So far, 5 players have done that. Annie Beaverhausen, Mike Churchill, Kay Marion, Buck Wild, and Mia Pangori. Timothy Shea is 22 yards away. We'll see him later on the Gauntlet. DR Simeon is 31 yards away. We'll see him Monday night. And then Henderson is 47 yards away entering the ball game. 1st and 10 for LA at the 31. They'll hand this ball off up the left-hand side, and that's Al Ingram's first carry. That gets 6. Pseudo has the longest bingo losing streak. Ouch. Skinny, it's a UFL tradition, and in the UFL server, once you are a player, you have access to the bingo game. We play bingo alongside football, and it's a lot of fun and a lot of torture for everyone. If it's a 38-yard touchdown, 38 comes off your bingo card. If there's a 10 on the scoreboard, 10 comes off your bingo card. That's how it goes. And it's a good way to have a little bit of fun and a way to help improve your player while watching teams that you're not necessarily affiliated with, and that's what the Gauntlet's all about. 5 games over the course of 3 hours. Here on the Virtual Football Network, it's a 3rd down and 2 for Los Angeles. Chicago and Miami kicking off in about 13 minutes. The handoff up the gut. That's Victor Washington picking up a first down for LA, and their drive will continue about halfway through the quarter. Marco Swift's in the house cheering on the new LA quarterback, Ronnie Shanahan. First down and 10 at the 44-yard line for LA. They're going to bunch it up. And the handoff around the left side is Washington, getting 5 more. Brings up 2nd down and 5. How about these standings out west? And San Diego and Los Angeles tied for 3rd at 6 and 6. Conference record's pretty tight too. 3 and 3 for San Diego, 3 and 4 for Los Angeles. Here's Shanahan, wide open down the middle, or down the right side, I should say. 4 for 4 for 49 yards to start the ball game. And that is Norton on the receiving edge. Norton has 2 catches in this game. He only had 8 for 59 yards. That coming over the course of 5 games for Los Angeles. So I don't know where Norton has come from here, but is an early part of the Los Angeles game plan. Flowers 71 yards from 100. That is true. Ethan Flowers of Vegas. We'll see him later today against the New Orleans Claws. How about Washington? Third carry for 22 yards, and Los Angeles has made their way into the red zone. LA's offense has been a mixed bag this season. They are fourth in the league in yards at 383. San Diego's second, by the way, at 439, but just 10th in points at 21.9 points per game. So they're getting plenty of yards, just not plenty of points. Shanahan drops straight back, looking for someone to get open, and then a freak sack from Goodwin for San Diego. That is Goodwin's third sack of the season, I should say, and Shanahan drifts back to about his 20-yard line. Second down and 14. Back officially at the 18-yard line for Shanahan and the Aztecs. This handoff goes to Al Ingram. He will stumble forward and get back to the line of scrimmage. Not what they were looking for there. So now it's third down and 14 for Los Angeles. Waiting for our first points of the day as we tick down to 3.5 to go in the first quarter. This is the 11th play of Los Angeles' opening drive. And Shanahan will drop the throw, and to the sideline. That is complete. Shanahan now 5 of 5, but it's 1 yard short of the end zone. So San Diego on a fourth down and inches on their opening drive. Punted. This is a fourth down and 1 for Los Angeles. And for Henderson, he's already got 30 yards. He is now 17 yards away from a 1,000-yard season. Good camera angle there as Henderson was able to turn the toes in bounds. Brandon Kelly is here, and LA's going for it. Fourth down and 1 at the 5. I formation with Ingram in the backfield, and Al Ingram has a first down to the 1 yard line. 11 yards on 3 carries. First down and goal, 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Can LA punch it in from 1 yard out? Victor Washington, touchdown LA. And the number 1 is the first off your bingo cards today. The letter W is the winner. Nigel McDade was in the pile. Zach Holdorf frustrated. He could not score on the opening drive. They're going to be trailing at least 6-0 when the offense gets back out there. The extra point for Los Angeles is good. 1 and 7 are your first numbers today. Brandon, every team makes the playoffs in the UFL's 2026 season. Double elimination. So if you're a top 2 seed, you get a double bye. If you're the 3rd or 4th seed, you get 1 bye and face the winners of the 5 versus 8 and the 6 versus 7 matchups. So as it stands right now, Los Angeles and San Diego would take on those winners of the bottom 4 of the Western Conference, but plenty of season left to go with 4 weeks remaining. PSFL is in the house as LA kicks it deep. Kickoff in Miami about 7 minutes out. Zach Holdorf back into the fold. For San Diego, 19 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 2,567 yards, 62% completion. Their leading receiver is by 2 yards. R.E. Mills at 707 yards and 5 touchdowns, the tight end. Holdorf over the middle. That pass is complete to Sir Jefferson. His first pass attempt and first completion of the day. The W is the winning card here on the Gauntlet, and then it's double horizontal on Coast to Coast and Primetime. Hand off to Payne Price, and Price again is stuffed up just 5 yards on his first 3 carries. LA's run defense doing work. Williams on the tackle, 3rd down and 3. Hand off Price, and he did just get it. Wow, LA is making San Diego's rushing attack work for everything. Josh Zirkle putting in his 2 cents on how he feels about San Diego. We'll hear Zirkle on the call of the game Monday night, Austin and Phoenix, alongside Colin Northrup. 1st and 10, 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Hand off again to Price. This time Price has room to run, and the league's leading rusher gets all the way down to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 28 yards. Now, just like that, up to 5 yards a carry. Blocking on the outside. There was no one around for LA, who had bottled up Price for most of that first quarter. Likely the final play of the opening quarter. Holdorf's passed 1 time. Now a 2nd time. Nope, Holdorf going to take off and run inside the 30, down to the 25. First down, picking up 10 yards. 28 for Holdorf in the first half, or in the first quarter. 35 for Payne Price in the first quarter. But LA has the lead 7-0 at the end of 1 in the Battle of California. SFL Season 27 schedule release coming Wednesday here on the Virtual Football Network. If you're involved in that league, be sure to tune in for that. Have the convention schedule as well to talk about. All right, 1st and 10 for San Diego at the LA 25. Hand off to Price again. Price down to the 19. 6 carries for 41 yards for Price. 2nd and 4. Price has more carries than any other player by 60 carries this season. He gets his 7th carry there. He's averaging about 25, 26 carries a game, the bell cow for the Wildcat offense. 3rd down and 3 at the 18-yard line. Hand off, that is Price, down to the 12-yard line. 48 yards on 8 carries. And San Diego just bullying their way down the field as Price smacked a defensive lineman right in the neck. First down and 10 at the 12. Price again, down to the 11-yard line, up to 9 carries. San Diego wanting to wear down Los Angeles early and often in this game. Marquez Williams already with 3 tackles. He's got 64 this season. Holdorf, deep drop back, going to take off and run. Did not get a block from Price and got sacked. Fleming with the takedown. Fleming's first sack of the season. Did have 14 tackles for loss prior to this game, but makes the play, the unclaimed linebacker for Los Angeles. We'll bring up 3rd down. Chicago-Miami kicking off very shortly. All right, 3rd down and 11 at the 13-yard line for San Diego. Holdorf might have to throw on this one. Holdorf dropping back, fires to the end zone. That pass is hauled in at the 1-yard line. That's Sir Jefferson, who's got both San Diego catches, so the drive will continue for the Wildcats. This is just their second series. LA's only had the ball one time. And could we have 2 one-yard touchdowns to start the game day gauntlet? The countdown for kickoff in Miami has begun. Miami and Chicago coming up shortly to send us in the double box on the gauntlet. First and goal at the 1-yard line for San Diego. They'll hand this one off. It's Corbin McNeil, the touchdown vulture, in for the score. McNeil with his 5th touchdown this season. Holdorf has 7 and Price has 10, but all in all, the 22nd rushing touchdown in 13 games for San Diego. Another 1-yard score, and an extra point will make this a 7-7 ball game. Robert Henson is in the house. Extra point coming up for San Diego, so no new numbers off the board. 1 and 7 have been given to us. A 12-play, 73-yard, 5-minute, 33-second drive for San Diego. Very impressive to get down the field and tie the game. Looks like it's going to be another nip and tuck game in Los Angeles between these two rivals. And with that, we head to Miami. The Miami Pirates, they have had it tough as of late. Miami on a 2-game losing streak, but have lost 3 of their last 4. Their only win during that time was against Los Angeles, where they scored in their first 6 possessions, but back-to-back blowouts against St. Louis 38-17 and Rochester 32-11 as the Pirates searching. Meanwhile, Chicago at 6-6. They have had a much better season than 2026. They lost, though, to St. Louis last week 37-9, swept by the Rivermen. They could not figure out the Rivermen defense, but Chicago did get over 200 yards from K. Marion the week before, 38-21. And back last month, beat the New York Lightning 28-21 in a big-time upset in prime time. Chicago and Miami next here on the Game Day Gauntlet. Meanwhile, Los Angeles' McKay Breeze has moved this across the 40-yard line. Rob Crone is going to get the football first. And for Crone, it's been a struggle. 18 interceptions, second most in the league, 27 touchdowns, 3,829 yards. He certainly has had plenty of yards on the season, but he has really struggled with the turnovers. The handoff goes to Bullet Beletsky. We've got the top 2 rushers in the league in action right now. Beletsky is a distant second to Payne Price, 1,186 yards. Nobody except Price has a shot at 2,000 this season. Hand off to Beletsky there again on a little draw. Picks up 4 more. It'll be 3rd down and short for Miami as they get us going on the second game of the block. Liam Seitz is 3rd in the league in rushing yards, 1,145 for the Dakota Rhinos. In action tonight against New York. That pass almost intercepted as Ronnie Shanahan overthrew his intended target just a bit. 6 of 8 now to start. 3rd down and 1 for Miami. They'll hand it off to Beletsky a 3rd straight time, and Beletsky is dropped in the backfield. Now, Los Angeles and San Diego are both coming off of wins. Chicago did lose, but no adjustments to their game plan as they've been playing pretty good. Miami, however, has really struggled in the red zone getting Bullet Beletsky the ball. Struggled getting him touches on the goal line. They've had a lot of turnovers in the red zone, and so Miami's worked a lot on that. They also have tried to improve their pass blocking as they have given up, let's see, they have given up 36 sacks this season. That's an average of 3 a game. That's bottom 6 in the league. Miami does have the 4th most sacks in the league, though, with 41. Chicago starts with a 9-yard run to Jason Williams. Now, Williams is 9th in the league, just over 1,000 yards coming into today, 1,001. Zach Holdorf only needed 12 to get to 1,000 rushing yards, and he got that in the first quarter. 2nd down and 3 for San Diego following a Los Angeles punt. That's a Payne Price first down, and that's a Jason Williams first down. 33 of you watching here on the Game Day Gauntlet so far today. Welcome in. Happy Sunday to all of you. Hopefully you are enjoying yourselves. Got the World Cup's first knockout game tonight. I believe it's Canada-South Africa. As that ball from Holdorf is actually going to count as a run. Nicholas McCray picks up 7 on that. 2nd down and 3. San Diego gets runs in all sorts of ways. Williams is stacked up in the backfield by Miami's defense. Holdorf on the throw. That one a little bit out and too far ahead of his intended target. Now 3rd down and 3 coming up. Holdorf is 2 for 3 passing. 3rd and short. Yeah, what Chicago has accomplished this season, especially after their poor record last season, has been nothing short of impressive. Play action rollout for Adam Wiseman. He will fire it. That pass is complete to the 43-yard line of Miami. First completion of the day for Wiseman, of course, goes to Kay Marion, having an unbelievable season. 1,177 yards, just 4 touchdowns, but she is a yardage machine. Just behind Mike Churchill and Annie Beaverhausen at the top. On 3rd down and 3, a bobbled ball. Los Angeles could not get to the punt cleanly. This is actually a really good punt by Jimmy Smith, despite the bobbled snap, and that will pin Los Angeles down to the 4-yard line in a game that is still tied at 7 apiece. Another completion for Adam Wiseman as we look over the Miami defense. Coming up on the Gauntlet, it is Rochester, Minnesota kicking off in 14 minutes. Minnesota and Rochester going in opposite directions, even though they're just a game back of each other in the standings. Rochester trying to catch Miami. They would do so with a win and a Miami loss. Rochester and Miami still have not played each other. That's coming up, I believe, next week. No, 2 weeks from now. Actually, what am I talking about? Rochester just beat Miami 32-11 on Monday night. They did just play each other. 2nd down and 10. I knew it was on the schedule somewhere late in the season. Handoff, Victor Washington gets LA some breathing room, picks up 13 yards. 3rd down and 5. Adam Wiseman's pass is complete. Now 3 of 4 for 43 yards at the Miami 21-yard line, and there she is again. Kay Marion's 3rd catch of the opening drive, just chewing up defenses at the back half of this season, averaging 98.1 yards per game in 2026. It's a 1st down for LA with 5 minutes to go in the first half at their own 17-yard line. That game's still tied at 7. Shanahan over the middle. That one is complete for 3 yards. Brandon says, why is Dakota so good this year, as Adam Wiseman goes to the end zone for the touchdown? A 21-yard strike for Wiseman, hitting Byleth Thomas in the end zone for the score. For Thomas, that is touchdown number 4 on the season, 191 yards away from a 1,000-yard campaign. Chicago scores on their opening drive, and they did it much with the arm of Adam Wiseman, who gets touchdown number 18 on the season. And we have our first new number on the board in quite a while, 21. Shanahan goes down. And going back to Dakota, you know, they are 11-1, but 7 of their wins have come by 1 score. They have been so good in clutch situations. And Dakota, obviously, one of the better teams out there in the league. A lot of motivation to repeat. But it's going to be a tough test. You know, Dakota in the double elimination bracket, of course, as the number 1 seed. Now, they could fall to 11-5. Austin could win out, get to 11-5. But Dakota Dakota beat Austin earlier this season, did they not? I mean, they've beaten just about everybody. No, they play Austin the last game of the season. So Dakota has not wrapped up the Western Conference's #1 seed just yet, but they can do that today with a win over New York. Miami will start from their own 26-yard line. So after LA's drive stalled out, San Diego will get the ball at their own 34-yard line. With 3:10 to go in the first half, defenses have reigned supreme in the second quarter of that game in California. 1st and 10 for Rob Crone in Miami. A little crossing route. That pass is caught, picking up 11 yards. You know, the interesting thing about Miami is Terrell Cooper was there on the catch, is that Buck Wild, who's 4th in the league in receiving, was held to just 1 catch against Rochester on Monday night for 18 yards. They did an unbelievable job on him. He is fading over the back half of the season, as has Miami. Bullet breaks a tackle and gets out to the 46-yard line. The big thing for Miami has been red zone and turnovers, as they hope Rob Crone can cut down on those. That was Sir Jefferson on an end around. Cameron Curse makes the play. 2nd down and 1, play action fake, and Crone had an open receiver and just missed him. Now it's 3rd down and 1. 3rd and 9 for San Diego. Zach Holdorf dropping a throw after the 2-minute warning. Nearly intercepted. Not intercepted. Wow, that was a quick cutscene there. And it'll be 4th down, so Los Angeles' defense puts in more work. LA lost to Dakota by 4 2 weeks ago. Beat Salt Lake by 1 last week. Playing some pretty good football. That punt just does go into the end zone. And Miami is up to the Chicago 41-yard line with 5:19 to go in the first quarter. $4.99 super chat from Zach Holdorf. Let's go Wildcats. Trying to get to 7 and 6. That would separate them from Los Angeles, and that's going to be a penalty flag. It would also get them close to Austin if Austin were to fall to Phoenix on Monday night. Beletsky gets 1 yard on that carry. 4:42 to go in the first quarter in Miami. 7-0 Chicago. 7-7 San Diego over LA. We have not even had a field goal attempted on the Gauntlet thus far. Hand off to Beletsky, and again he is dropped in the backfield. That's a 4-yard loss. 3rd down and 13 coming up for Miami. They'll have to throw. Rochester, Minnesota kicking off in about 8 minutes. No huddle from LA with 1:28 to go. LA was Theodore Blackman's pick, putting his predictions in the general chat of the UFL Discord server if you want to check out those. Those are always a fun look. Scorch Henderson with the catch. LA up to 160 total yards, and it's 1st down and 10. Rob Crone dropping a throw. That pass is incomplete. And now it's 4th down and 13 at the 44-yard line. If there's any players who have left the server or whose subs have expired, they will not be on the roster during playoffs. Just a note for any team out there that may have lost a player or two along the way here. We want the teams that have stuck together to have their full arsenal of weaponry as LA gets to the 14-yard line of San Diego. That's Ronnie Shanahan making a nice throw to the outside. Down to 47 seconds to go in the first half. No need to panic for Los Angeles. Lars Bazar with the catch. 1st and 10 for Chicago. That's a backwards pass, and it got a good block on the outside, but it's a really poor throw from Wiseman. Byam with the catch. And then on 3rd down and 5, Shanahan just badly missed his intended target. So now a 31-yard field goal could potentially give Los Angeles the lead just before the half. That's a really poor throw from Ronnie Shanahan. Wiseman on a check down over the middle. That's incomplete. So bring up 3rd down and 10 for Chicago, who's pitching a shutout so far in Miami. A 31-yard field goal for Los Angeles to give us a 10 and a 31 off the board. That kick is up and good. Adam Wiseman all day to throw on 3rd down and 10. How about that? By him with the catch, but how about that from Chicago's offensive front? Miami 4th in the league in sacks, and they were nowhere near Adam Wiseman on that 3rd and long completion. Aleman comes up to make the tackle. Joe Francis leads the league in completion percentage at 72%. Adam Wiseman just threw an interception. Collins with the takeaway. That is Collins' 2nd interception of the season as Wiseman was trying to go to the far side of the field. And he just didn't have anybody open over there. Looking for Marion, the pass just over her head. Wiseman actually 15th in the league in completion percentage at 64.5. Holdorf is lowest at 62.2. 1st and 10 for Holdorf. That looked pretty good to me. R.E. Mills over the middle gets 15, and San Diego will call a timeout. Rob Crone off the interception. Back to work for Miami. Will take the check down in the flat and pick up 4 yards. 2 of 4 for 15 yards so far. Bovine Jr. on the catch. Shanahan's 2nd in the league in completion percentage at 71.5. Shy Ronnie is 3rd at 70%. Those are your 3 quarterbacks of 70% or higher. Beletsky left side on a stretch. Beletsky down the sideline, almost broke through 2 defenders and gets to the Chicago 30. 49 yards for Bullet and a 1st down for Miami. Still have yet to see Miami in the red zone today for the first time since they've really tried to emphasize getting Beletsky involved down in scoring position. 17 seconds and 1 timeout for San Diego. They're down to the Los Angeles 38-yard line. Holdorf trying to get points before the half, and they most certainly will, barring a blocked field goal. It'll be a 39-yard field goal attempt coming up for San Diego as Kyron Rucker makes his first catch. 2nd and 10, the handoff goes to Beletsky. He'll get 8 yards down to the 22-yard line. 57 yards on 9 carries for Miami, trying to establish their rushing attack against Chicago. 39-yard field goal attempt. Karen Koizumi is 7th in the league in completion percentage. So that 39-yard field goal is good. We're tied at 10 as San Diego once again answers Los Angeles with an equal score. And up to Beletsky, gets Miami inside the 20 and down to the red zone for the first time. All right, 1st and 10 at the 18. Final play of the first quarter for Miami. And we'll actually head to break. They had Beletsky out for a break, but maybe he'll get back on the field as we start the second quarter there. Rochester and Minnesota kicking off very soon. 2 seconds left in the LA-San Diego first half. Crone from the 18-yard line. Beletsky back in. We'll send a man in motion, and they'll throw. Rob Crone over the middle. That pass is caught down to the 9-yard line. Doc Holliday, first down for Miami. Or no, 2nd and 1. They mark him just short. Final play of the first half. Shanahan throws a 6-yard out. And we head to that break, 10-10. Boletsky in the backfield on a 2nd down and 1. He will get the handoff, and he will be stopped. A loss of 1 on the play. Eric Winter, one of the best unclaimed defensive linemen in the league, makes another great play for Chicago. Winter up to 38 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, a couple sacks this season. Miami at the 10-yard line on a 3rd down and 2. Going to shuffle everybody around. Buck Wild is in the slot. Crone throwing, pass complete down to the 3-yard line. That's Bovine Jr. with his 2nd catch. 1st and goal at the 3. We'll see if they try to punch it in with Boletsky. He's got 7 rushing touchdowns this season. That's 5th in the league. Chris Allure actually leads the league out of Salt Lake with 11 in 12 games. Start of the 2nd half in Los Angeles. 1st and goal on the 3. Boletsky in the backfield. He will get the handoff, and he will score. That's much better from Miami in the red zone. Touchdown Pirates from 3 yards out. Probably would have gotten that 3 a little bit later in the broadcast, but if you've got a 3 on your bingo card, you're not complaining. Time for kickoff in Minneapolis. Let's go. Tyler Falk and the Minnesota Chippers. Can they get things moving? It has been tough sledding for Minnesota. Chippers on a 4-game losing streak. They have not scored over 20 points in any of those games. Coming off a 38-20 loss to New York last week. Meanwhile, Rochester is on a heater. They have figured things out in New York, maybe just in time after a playoff appearance last season. They have won 4 of their last 5 games, including wins over Vegas, Phoenix, Austin, and Miami, with their 1 loss coming to Chicago 30-25. That infamous 4th down run, deep shot for Ronnie Shanahan on 3rd and 14 is knocked away. And that'll bring up a punt for Los Angeles. Matt Wilson is the quarterback for Rochester. 19 touchdowns, 11 picks, 3,130 yards. Minnesota has struggled on both sides of the ball. They focused on that 1st down offense again that has just been abysmal this week. We'll see if their defense can hold up against the Pioneers. Chicago's got the football back after the 3-yard bullet Boletsky score. The handoff goes to Jason Williams. 2 people missed. There goes Williams down the sideline. Jason Williams down to the Miami 29-yard line. A burst from Chicago's running game. And Chicago's got a 1st down, up nearly 200 rushing yards. Casey Mears on the carry for the Pioneers. Gets 8. Mears is 4th in the league in rushing yards, 1,056 coming into the game. Payne Price's 13th carry has San Diego into Los Angeles territory. Williams this time is bottled up. Rochester in the all-white today. The only team so far in all-white. Oh, that's intercepted by Miami, and it's going to be taken back the other way. The 2nd pick for Adam Wiseman in the 1st half, and the Pirates have the lead. That's our first 50-pluser and our first pick 6 today. Just a really bad ball from Adam Wiseman. And Miami, who has not won a game at home since week 2. Week 2, they beat Minnesota 22-9, but Miami is 1-4 at home. They have a 4-game losing streak and now have the lead over Chicago, 14-7. Over 50 and 14 come off the board. Well, we did have 3 tie games, Josh, in the triple box. Until that pick 6, Rochester into Minnesota territory. Holdorf now, 2nd down and 6, and that one flew out of his hands. A wounded animal. 3rd down coming up for San Diego. 3rd and 6 for both San Diego and Rochester right now. Matt Wilson will throw first. That is complete. Deep into the red zone. That pass caught by a receiver for San Diego. That was Rucker's 2nd catch, but it's well short of the 1st down. DJ Woods makes the tackle, and San Diego's going to have to settle for 3. Matt Wilson continuing to move up the passing leaderboards. He is averaging 260 passing yards per game. That's 12th. To match his number, Adam Wiseman's got to get it together. 5 of 9 for 92 yards. A 44-yard field goal for San Diego is good. And we now have 44 and 13 off the board, and that is a touchdown for Rochester. Dijon Swan, the mustard bird, with the score. That one goes from 11 yards out. And the Pioneers score on their opening drive. Let's go to Miami, where Wiseman's back to work with 2 interceptions in the first 15 minutes of this game. 3rd down and 3 after Byleth Thomas's catch. Rochester's extra point is good. 7-0 Pioneers over the Chippers. An 8-play, 74-yard opening drive for Rochester as they continue to excel. Adam Wiseman's got a 3rd down conversion on his 7th completion up the middle of the Miami 46-yard line. Al Ingram, 5 carries, 19 yards so far today for the Aztecs. He's in a timeshare with Victor Washington. 287 yards for San Diego in the first 2 quarters and change of this one, but they only lead by 3. Shanahan play action, deep shot down the field. That is complete to the San Diego 44-yard line. Shanahan had started 6 for 6. He was 6 of his last 12 before that Henderson catch. And we'll get a chance to see Doug Falk and the rest of this Minnesota Chipper offense. What are they going to look like on 1st down? That is the focal point for Minnesota today. Got to try to stay ahead of the sticks. They were in 2nd and 3rd and long. It felt like all the time last week against New York. That's a good start for them there. 4-yard pickup. 6-yard pickup, rather. And off to Washington, not much there for Los Angeles. Chicago's got a 1st down to the Miami 34-yard line. This is Doug Falk on a 2nd down and 4. That pass is complete to the 47, so a good start for the Chippers on their first offensive series. Isaiah Moody with the catch, unclaimed wide receiver. This is Shanahan dropping a throw. That is incomplete. 3rd down and 9 coming up for LA, trailing by 3. 7:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. Shanahan out of the empty. Can he convert, keep the drive alive? San Diego bringing some pressure. Wide open over the middle. Lars Bazar down to the 27-yard line of LA. 6:56 to go in the 3rd quarter. And a false start for Chicago will back them up to 2nd down and 16, trailing by 7. LA nearing scoring position. Chicago nearing scoring position. In fact, they're there to the Miami 34-yard line. 2nd down and 6 for Minnesota. Another 4-yard pickup on 1st down at midfield. Right on the Beaver. Hand off Rob Noel. Noel still going. Did they mark him down? Or they give him four? Did they say his knee was not down? Wiseman inside the 15-yard line down to the 11. Chicago in the red zone. Victor Washington, another strong run. So let's see here. We've got LA at the 13-yard line and Chicago at about the 11-yard line. Shanahan dropping a throw. Shanahan knocked up in the air and almost intercepted. That was a dangerous bouncing ball for LA. First down to the 11-yard line now for Chicago. Play action for Adam Wiseman, dropping a throw. That is going to be thrown away. Good throwaway there from Adam. Doug Falk on a 3rd down and 2. Tried to squeeze that one into Isaiah Moody, and the drive will come up empty for Minnesota. 2nd down and 10 for Shanahan. He is sacked. A one-armed wonder shuts the free safety. Coming in on a heater. Makes the play. Brian Schutt's second sack of the season, and he ripped down Shanahan with one arm. Minnesota will punt, and this one is shanked. Rochester will get the ball to start their own 22-yard line. That was one of the worst punts of the season. Meanwhile, Byleth Thomas just scored his 2nd touchdown. It's a deep shot for LA. That's no good, so LA will have to settle for a field goal. Chicago and Miami locked in a shootout here. The extra point is good. And for Chicago, get another look at it on the board. That's a dart from Adam Wiseman. That's another 11-yard score. We're tied at 14 in Miami. This is a 37-yard field goal for Los Angeles that would get us to a tie game, but it's blocked instead. And it's scooped up by San Diego. That is Ricky Tidwell taking it all the way back for a score. And momentum has turned in California. Ricky Tidwell again involved in a monster play for the San Diego defense / special teams. Another over 50 off the board. And San Diego takes a 9-point lead. Tidwell has been sensational since joining the San Diego Wildcats. Just special. Bullet Boletsky so far today, 12 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Matt Wilson going to take off and run. Wilson is cut down well short of the first down by Allen, and Rochester will have to punt. 20 is off the board. (20-10), San Diego 14-14, Chicago and Miami. 7-0 Rochester over Minnesota. And New Orleans and Vegas will get us to our quad box in about 8 minutes. Rochester to punt. Deep kick, the 15-yard line, and that's where Minnesota will set up their second possession. They did get into Rochester territory on their opening drive, but fell a little short. Rob Crone into the flat on a 3rd down and 5, and that is not going to be anywhere near a first down. Looking again for Buck Wild, who's been quiet in this one as well. Miami will have to punt it away. So after the blocked field goal, LA's got to recover. They trail by 10. There goes Rob Noel on 1st down and 10, getting 16 yards and a Minnesota first down. Miami's got a punt. Chicago will start for their own 15-yard line. Shanahan on a 1st down and 10. Clean pocket. Wide open receiver to the 40. A 19-yard pickup. Shanahan nearing 200 yards. And Scorch Henderson's got 101 yards on 5 catches. And a big weapon for Los Angeles today. Doug Falk on a 1st down and 10. He throws that one backwards, and Isaiah Moody loses a yard. That's the first negative first down play for Minnesota today. Handoff, Jason Williams. to the 18-yard line, 77 yards on his first 8 carries. Chicago was Blackman's pick in the Chicago-Miami game. He also picked Minnesota on an upset today at home. Shanahan, dangerous ball. What a play by McKay Breeze! Oh my goodness! Breeze, touchdown from 60 yards! I don't ever want to hear from anyone in the chat that screens don't work. Breeze makes a phenomenal play to get LA right back in this thing. Made one man miss, then a second, and then Breeze was out of there. Doug Falk's pass on 3rd and 3, that's incomplete. So again, Minnesota moves the football a little bit, but comes up short. 2-minute warning in Miami. What a play from McKay Breeze. Breeze, first touchdown of the season. Are you kidding me? 17 is your new number off the board. Breeze, so far this season, 721 yards on 50 catches, but that is the first touchdown for McKay. And that is now the 7th different player to catch a passing touchdown for Los Angeles this season. Clutch says they barely work. Don't get snippy with me, Clutch. First down for Rochester at the 15-yard line. 20-17, 14-14, and 7-0. Rochester on top of Minnesota. Wilson's pass is incomplete. Chicago's got to punt it away. Good stop for the Miami defense. That game has been back and forth and tight all the way through. So is San Diego and Los Angeles. Payne Price, 14 carries, 91 yards. Was bottled up on the first couple of drives, but is having a normal Payne Price day so far with 4:17 to go in the third quarter. Rob Crone's pass to Buck Wild. That is caught for a 15-yard gain. They needed that. Payne Price up the gut over 100 yards. First down to the 38-yard line. LA got a hold on. Aish Ingram with the tackle. Oh, Rob. Golly. Rob Ems is in the doldrums, folks. Send Rob Ems some positives in the chat, folks. 50 seconds to go in the first half for Miami. That's Crone dropping a throw. That pass is complete. First down to the Chicago 46-yard line. San Diego also gets 8 yards. Timeout for Miami. Zach Holdorf dropping a throw. Holdorf fires. That pass is complete to the 38-yard line of Los Angeles. Third catch for Jefferson as Holdorf's now 9 of 13. Deep shot, Miami. Oh, Buck Wild got just pulverized over the middle. 31 seconds to go, still 2 timeouts for, was that caught? Was that caught by Justin Reside? Look at the bottom of the screen. Oh, how did Justin Reside make that play coming off a 3-touchdown game? That is a beautiful catch. Chicago brought a little pressure. There's a penalty marker down. 27 seconds to go. It's a hold on Miami. That's coming back. Second and 20 now for Miami. Cuts the wind out of the sails. San Diego trying to answer that LA touchdown. It's going to be third down and short. End of the quarter in Minnesota. That pass to Beletsky on the sidelines was way overthrown. Now it's third down and 20, just like that for Miami in a tie ball game. Your bingo numbers are going to disappear from the screen, but they will be back. Oh, Payne Price, what a ridiculous play. Oh my gosh. Upper left-hand corner, the league's top rusher. Watch this forearm. Delivered. Right there. DJ Woods, apologies. Wow. That's one of the nastiest runs of the season. Miami's got to punt it away as that drive at the end of the first half petered out thanks to that holding penalty. Good punt, though, down to the 2-yard line. All right, let's go back to Minnesota where Rochester is across the 50. Handoff goes to Casey Mears. She's got a lot of room up the middle down to the Minnesota 30-yard line. Handoff Payne Price searching for a lane. Gets down to the 14-yard line as we come down to the end of the third quarter there. Price continues to dominate. LA needs an answer. Adam Wiseman throwing out of his own end zone, and that was almost the shortest pick six you could possibly have. Miami missed a golden opportunity there. Holdorf wide open into the end zone, a 14-yarder. How does that happen? San Diego strikes back. This time they'll just hand it off. Will Chicago to run out the clock, but how about that from San Diego? That is pitch and catch for the Wildcats. That's Davis with the reception. And for Davis, that is just his 4th catch of the season and his first touchdown. The extra point is good, and 27 comes off the board. Hand off to Casey Mears down to the Minnesota 39-yard line. Let's get the quad box going. Kickoff in Vegas is now. The Vegas Devils 3-9, the New Orleans Claws 3-9. Two teams that are looking to start their turnaround today on VFN. Start of the second half in Miami. That game is tied at 14. Now LA's got to figure out how to bounce back against the Wildcats as those two continue to go tit for tat. This is a 56-yard field goal for Rochester, and Akins missed it to the right. It had the distance. But that'll give Minnesota a decent field position. It was a booming kick, just missed it to the right. Looks like Vegas will start with the football. Down with Minnesota at the bottom of the West. New Orleans all alone at the bottom of the East, a game back of Rochester. Minnesota's got the ball at their own 46. They're going to go play action fake on first down and 10. And Doug Folk's going to take off running. Folk's got a first down and more across the Rochester 45 to the 41-yard line. Wiseman airing it deep down the field. It is caught. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. K. Marion, upper right-hand corner. Look at this play. Marion over 2 defenders and still had to hold on to it, being tackled by a third. That might be the best catch of the UFL season. 56 yards, K. Marion. Oh, that is sensational as Chima's pass to the sideline gets Vegas going. Wow, Chicago down to the Miami 19-yard line. Little quick screen and almost a touchdown there from Chicago on the screen. That's Marion picking up 9 on an official run. Oh my goodness. Second down and 1 at the 10. Wiseman's going to keep throwing. Wiseman end zone, touchdown Chicago. K. Marion, are you kidding me? Doug Falk on another carry to the Rochester 34-yard line. Marion taking over this game just as she did against Phoenix. And Chicago takes the lead. 2nd and 15 following a holding penalty for Vegas. And this is a 51-yard field goal for Minnesota, and that kick is good. Extra point for Chicago is good. So a 51-yarder for Minnesota puts them on the board. That brings us to 7-3 there. Deep shot for Chima. That is incomplete. And that holding penalty really killed the drive for Vegas. They'll have to punt it away. Deep shot for Los Angeles down to the San Diego 11-yard line. And LA just keeps fighting back against the Wildcats. That is Scorch's 6th grab. He's now got 121 yards. So off the missed field goal from Rochester, Minnesota gets a field goal of their own, 7-3. Vegas has to punt it away. And the New Orleans will start their opening possession from the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 11 for LA. A little draw to Al Anger. No, Victor Washington, touchdown. Los Angeles climbs back 27-23. Another 11-yard score. Washington's in the end zone. Back to a one-score game in California. Bullet Boletsky on the handoff, picking up 9. 72 yards and a touchdown for Bullet. Emmanuel Blackman's first throw is a successful RPO. 24 is off the board. That's our first number since we hit the double box, or the quad box rather. 27-24 in California with 10:19 to go in the fourth. The last time these two teams played, LA won 42-34. It was 11, Porsche, already off the board. It's a first down for Rochester at the 36-yard line. First and 15 following a procedural penalty from New Orleans. Emmanuel Blackman dropping a throw. He's got a deep ball, one-on-one coverage, and it's caught at the 41-yard line of Vegas. Jet Monroe, 31-yard reception. Hauls that one in for New Orleans, and on 4th down and 1, Miami will have to punt it away. Chicago will start from their own 27-yard line. San Diego's got the ball back with 10:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Handed off to Payne Price, why not? But only a 2-yard gain as LA looks for a much-needed stop. K. Marion, 5 catches, 111 yards and a touchdown, and had 2 major catches on that last drive. And off to Williams, nothing doing there. This is Holdorf against pressure. First down to the 33-yard line now, 12 of 16 for a $130 for Holdorf. Ari Mills' 3rd catch for 48 yards. Blake, I appreciate that. The UFL Polo, we got those especially made when CJ and I launched the league. That is Casey Mears, and she is out of here. Shot out of a cannon from 67 yards. Touchdown, Rochester. They take a 13-3 lead. Our third over 50 score of the day as Dylan Garday's got New Orleans in scoring position. 2nd down and 10 for San Diego. 9 minutes to go. LA needs a stop. This is Holdorf dropping back. That is complete down to the 41-yard line. 3rd down and 2. Ray Chapatulis gets New Orleans to the 17. The extra point is good for Rochester. No new numbers off the board there. Adam Wiseman's got a 3rd down and 13 to the sideline. That is caught at the 46-yard line. Payne Price on 3rd down and 2 does get the first down, and the San Diego drive continues. 8:20 to go. Yes, you're right, Rob. 21 also off the board after the quad box. So 14-3 Rochester over Minnesota. This is Christian Scott for New Orleans down to the 14-yard line on the Claws opening drive. New Orleans and Vegas, 2 of the 4 lowest scoring offenses. New Orleans at 19 points per game, Vegas at 15.3. Another fresh set of downs for San Diego. Hand off to Price, but bottled up quickly. Under 8 to play there. Second down and 2 for Chicago. 6:43 to go in the third quarter. Up 21-14. Fake the draw. Wiseman clean pocket again. That pass is caught to the Miami 25-yard line. This Chicago offensive line. Chicago surprisingly has given up 35 sacks. It doesn't feel like it today. 4th down and inches. New Orleans has the offense out there on the field. They are going for it. It is a play-action rollout from Blackman. Wide open and fooled everybody. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's another 11-yard score. Dylan Gameday on 4th and inches scores the touchdown as Vegas's defense fooled by the play-action fake. Now Chicago back into the red zone. Down to the 9-yard line. Payne Price has a second down and 4. That's Byleth Thomas. Chicago has 404 yards of offense on the road in Miami. Did Byleth Thomas just catch that with one hand? Oh, I couldn't tell on that. You got to see that again. I'm looking to see if Thomas, as Wiseman rolls out, this is from 9 yards away. Wiseman's pass in the back of the end zone is a little too far. Thomas caught that with one hand, the left hand. Unbelievable. Chicago's receivers and offensive weaponry, something to behold right now. 2nd and goal at the 9. A lot of space up the middle, down to the 2 for Chicago. Another first down for San Diego. They've had the ball almost the entire fourth quarter, down to 5:58 to go. Dalton Brown takes the handoff down to the 43 as Minnesota trying to put a drive together. It'll be 3rd down there. Handoff and a walk-in. 2-yard touchdown for Corey Preston. 2 comes off the board, and Chicago has owned the third quarter in Florida. Doug Falk's pass to his sons got a first down to the 28-yard line for Minnesota. Falk now 6 of 9 for 75 yards. San Diego throwing for it down to the 16-yard line. 5:25 to go in the fourth. LA desperately needs a stop from their defense. 28 is now off the board. 2 and 28. The last 2 called numbers for bingo. 2nd and 4, Payne Price down to the 14. It'll be 3rd down and 1. LA has not been able to stop San Diego here in the fourth quarter. Down to 4.5 to play in the ball game. Jack Nitro's got a first down. That pass incomplete for Minnesota. They're going to run a draw. Payne Price caught it at the 12. So tough to stop in 2nd and 3rd and short situations. Well, they marked Jack Nitro short of the first down. 3rd and inches, though. He got it to the 40. This is Doug Falk on a 2nd down and 10. Checks that down to the flat, and a really good open field tackle on Rob Noel from the Rochester defense. What can Miami do to get themselves back in it? 5:02 to go in the third. 28-14 Chicago. It's been about the Chicago weapons, the receivers in the third quarter. 1st down and 10, now under 4 to play in Los Angeles. LA desperately needs a stop. The handoff goes to Payne Price around the end, and a walk-in from 12 yards out. Touchdown, San Diego. 12 is off the board. That is one of the most impressive drives by any team this season, as the Wildcats get back to a 2-score advantage. Minnesota having to settle for a field goal. This is from 38 yards away. That kick is good. 38 and 6 come off the board. (14-6) in Minnesota. The extra point for San Diego is good. Now 34 comes off the board. 34-24 Wildcats. That was a 13-play drive that took 6 minutes and 27 seconds off the clock. Boletsky now up to 77 yards rushing as Miami tries to bounce back. 4th and inches for Vegas as Jack Nitro was unable to pick up the first down. We'll see what Vegas does. They are on their own side of the 50, though, so I think they'll end up punting this one away. Good effort by Nitro. In fact, I don't know that he didn't get that. Vegas has to punt it away. .349 to go in the fourth quarter. 34-24. Now LA's offense. Pressure's back on them. 14-6 Rochester. 7-0 New Orleans. 28-14 Chicago. But Miami is on the move. Down to the Chicago 35-yard line as Wilson's pass hit a defensive lineman. Crone on a check down to the 30. Ronnie Shanahan's got a catch for a first down to the 39-yard line. 20 of 31 for 333 yards for Ronnie Shanahan. Crone dropping to throw on a 2nd down and 6. He'll fire that to about where the line of scrimmage was. To Bovine Jr. Now it's 3rd down and 5. Bovine Jr. 5 catches, 34 yards. And the final game of our afternoon is Dallas and Wichita. Kicking off in 5 minutes. We'll stay with San Diego and Los Angeles for the conclusion as we've got a 2-score game there. Matt Wilson will fire that one. Complete to the 33-yard line. Ray Chapatulis has a first down for New Orleans. Oh, that is caught by, is that Ingram out there? A pickup of 7 yards. That was a terrific play on this side. Yeah, Ingram 3 catches for 34 yards now for Los Angeles. Down to 3:22 to go. LA's in the no huddle. Boletsky's got the handoff at the 21-yard line. Rochester's punt goes out of the back of the end zone, so Minnesota will get the football back with 1:38 to go in the first half. Rob Noel, 4 carries, 25 yards. Good start for him today. Boletsky fighting for yards down to the 12. And it's 3rd down and inches for Miami. This is Doug Falk in the 2-minute offense. That pass a little bit off the mark. 4th down and 3 for Los Angeles. And they won't get it. Al Ingram just short of the stick. San Diego gets a 4th down stop. That's Boletsky out of the backfield, getting down to the 5-yard line for Miami. End of the first quarter in Vegas. Doug Falk's pass is incomplete, so a 3rd down and 10. Joshua Durr, it hasn't been just the last 2 games. San Diego has scored over 38 points in 4 of their last 5 games. Holdorf 14 of 19 for 144 yards, a touchdown, no picks. In fact, San Diego is now your 2nd highest scoring offense in the league at 29 points per game. Handoff to Payne Price. Los Angeles needs a stop. 1st and goal at the 5. Miami got a Boletsky touchdown earlier. This is a handoff to Bourne, and Bourne will get down to the 1-yard line for Miami. Emmanuel Blackman rocketing it deep. And it's cut. Oh, what a play by New Orleans! Devin Sparks, 56-yard touchdown on a jump ball. And New Orleans takes a 2-score lead. One-on-one coverage, Devin Sparks with the ups. Boletsky from 1 yard out will not get in the end zone. LA's down to 1 timeout as Rochester tries to score before the 2-minute warning. The extra point is good for New Orleans, an unbelievable play. And Boletsky on 3rd down and goal is dropped. And Miami 3 straight times inside the 5 tried to run it in and could not. Well, they are running. 57-yard field goal for San Diego. It's off the crossbar. He stoinked it, and Los Angeles will have another opportunity with 2:22 to go. Down 10 with pretty good field position. Right off the crossbar, 4th and goal. Miami going for it. That pass is incomplete, and Chicago gets the turnover on downs. Henderson's up to $121. Will join Dallas and Wichita in progress. LA is down inside the 30-yard line. We want to make sure, I'm trying to remember here, my process for joining a game in progress. Bear with me. No, Jimmy did not kick that, Peter. LA's got a first down with 2:12 to go. Shanahan looking for someone to get open, and he'll just have to throw it away. 2:05 left. Will join Dallas and Wichita in progress. That was a 35-yard field goal for Rochester. Fumble, and San Diego just picked it up. Oh my goodness. What happened here? Ronnie Shanahan, well, no, that's the replay of the throwaway. That's not the fumble. Al Ingram got a carry, and I believe it was Zach Cobb that forced the fumble. And LA's second turnover helps San Diego ice this one away with 2 minutes to go. 35 came off the board due to the 35-yard Rochester field goal at the end of the first half. So now we will join Now I know what I did. We will join Dallas and Wichita in progress. What did we just miss? Is that a pick six Chicago? And pick six Chicago. Upper right-hand corner, Rob Crone just got nabbed. That's an over 50 pick six too. And Mac Chima just went down for a sack, and now Chicago is routing the Miami Pirates. They have outscored Miami 20-0 in the second half. We'll let you know how San Diego and Los Angeles wraps up. But right now, Chris Delro and the Wichita Flyers have the football first. Vegas has to punt following the sack. It has been all New Orleans in the first half, and Vegas 14-0. 8:21 to go in the first half. Start of the second half in Minnesota, 17-6. Rochester with an 11-point lead. And now a procedural penalty on Wichita will back them up. That's already their second penalty in the first 47 seconds of this game.
Still second
down to 30 seconds to go in LA, 34-24. We'll have your bingo numbers back on the screen at the conclusion of the Chicago-Miami game, which is now 35-14, 21 unanswered points for Chicago in the second half. And that is a wrap. Final score 34-24. San Diego beats Los Angeles. So now the Wildcats, a half game back of Austin for second in the West. Crohn's numbers 13 of 24 for just 115 yards and a pick. Not good. I think Miami needs a complete overhaul of their passing attack. LA falls to 6-7. They'll be keeping an eye on what Phoenix does on Monday night as the Skyhawks can get to 6-7. Blackman now 7 of 8, and New Orleans is into Vegas territory again for 142 yards. How about the Claws today, who made major progress last week in their narrow defeat to the Dakota Rhinos. That's Terrell Cooper with a catch for Miami and a first down to the Chicago 48-yard line. Hand off to Rob Noel, won't get anywhere. Wichita's got to punt the football. Rob Crone has a completion. Miami rolling down to the Chicago 31-yard line. Doc Holliday with the catch. Hand off for Rob Noel. He's going to chuck forward to the 50. Crone again. Back to pass. That's complete to the 20-yard line of Chicago. Where was this for much of the game? I don't know how Blackman completed that ball to the far sideline of the Vegas 26-yard line. That is ridiculous. Hey, let's go. Third down and 5. Doug Falk over the middle. That is complete. First down, Minnesota, the Rochester 39. Crone's pass caught again. Down to the 12-yard line with 7:18 to go in the fourth quarter. And off to Jaden Swift. And that lost 3 yards. 3rd and 8 coming up. No huddle for Miami. That certainly has not been a problem for them. At the 12-yard line, play fake to Beletsky. Rob Crone to throw. Crone going to take off and run now. Doesn't do that very often. And Rob Crone's got a 12-yard touchdown. Whoa. Rob Crone's first rushing touchdown this season. Had 38 yards on 11 carries in the first 12 games. Wichita gets a stop. Rob Noel, beautiful move in the open field. First down, Minnesota. Up to the 27-yard line. The extra point is good for Miami, 35-21. Both 21 and 12 were already off the board, but Miami getting a little closer. And we got a challenge from Vegas. I'm sure Mac Chima in the chat's thinking, where was that challenge earlier on the 4th and inches? So Wichita gets a stop. By the way, very windy in Wichita today. 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds. So the offenses might have a little bit of a struggle dealing with that wind. Doug Falk dropping back deep. One-on-one coverage in the end zone, and Tyler Falk just missed it. Doug Falk's now 11 of 18 for 113 yards. And following the touchdown, Miami will kick it away. They're looking for a stop in a 35-21 ball game. New Orleans is back in the red zone at the 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 11, trying to take a 3-score lead on Vegas early on. Wiseman has had a full stat sheet today, 18 of 26, 301 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Play fake for Adam Wiseman. Little check down. Good start from Miami's defense. That pass caught on the back shoulder all the way down to the 4-yard line for Minnesota. That was a pretty ball. Hawkins' first catch of the day. First and goal at the 4 for Minnesota. 4 not yet off the board. 3rd and 4 at the 7 for New Orleans. 4:52 to go in the first half. Blackman drops to throw. That ball is caught. That'll be a 1st and goal at the 2. Solberg on a check down to the outside. And Wiseman over the middle has the catch. Miami can't get the stop. Let's go to Minnesota. First down and goal. Traffic. Oh, it's caught. Touchdown. LaBreece Rowland. How in the world did he nab that one? There was 7 players on the field in that area. And there you see the football and the toes. That is a brilliant camera angle. And that goes for a 4-yard touchdown. That was a beautiful play. And Minnesota goes for 2 and fails. 12 already off the board. But it's now 17-12 Rochester with 6:32 to go in the third. New Orleans scored while all that excitement was happening in Minnesota. Another touchdown for the Claws. That was Ray Chapatulis scoring the touchdown from 2 yards out. Wow, 21-0 New Orleans. The 3-9 Claws and the 3-9 Devils. New Orleans just looks like a totally different team out there the last couple of weeks. Last week it was defensive improvements. They held Dakota to just 23 points. And now this week they're shutting out Vegas and they've put up 21 on the board. This is only the 4th time this season that New Orleans has scored over 20 points. When New Orleans scores over 20 points, they are 3-0 this season. When they don't, they are 0-9. Great play to knock the ball out of the hands of K. Marion by Miami's defense. We've got Wichita across the 50 to the Dallas 42-yard line. Chicago does have to punt, so Miami gets the stop with 4:35 to go. Not done yet in Florida. Timothy Shea. Oh, it's picked by Scotty Scruggs off the deflection. There goes the big linebacker. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. Timothy Shea was the intended target. It got knocked out of his hands and off the deflection. Scruggs makes the play. We're back in Miami for no-huddle offense. 4:08 to go in the fourth quarter, 35-21. As that one from Crone is dropped down to the 43-yard line. Miami still trying to make this a game. 3rd down and 14 for Rochester, only up 5 on Minnesota right now. Matt Wilson slinging it down the middle, wide open, and more. Dejon Wright, touchdown Rochester. Another huge play on offense here in the Game Day Gauntlet as Wright somehow gets wide open and Rochester extends their advantage to 2 scores once again. Chima to the sideline, incomplete. Crone to the sideline, caught at the 49. .324 to go in Miami. Ball at about midfield. And now Wichita off of the fluke bounce. It ended up in the hands of Scotty Scruggs. Will now have to regroup with 4:14 to go. And Vegas has to punt again. Rob Crone over the middle to Buck Weil, but they need more than that to the 46-yard line. Extra point for Rochester is good. No new numbers off the board, 24-12. Pioneers back up by 2 scores. BK Solberg now 6 of 7 for 45 yards. Timothy Shea caught that one. Rob Crone, penalty marker. That gets Miami up to the Chicago 30-yard line, but it's a hold and it's coming back. 3 minutes to go for Crone. Drops to throw. That pass is caught, the 48-yard line. First down for Wichita. Desperately trying to get BK Solberg to stop throwing picks. He leads the league with 20 this season. 3rd down and 7 for Miami. And that is complete. First down. Vegas is challenging another catch. This is the second Vegas challenge of the half. And they already failed on the first one, so they're going to be out of challenges here. 2:20 to go for Miami, 35-21. This is Rob Crone looking for someone to get open. Crone hit low, and that pass is well out of bounds. Vegas has just lost another challenge. So they're down to 1 timeout, no challenges in the first half. And New Orleans continues to roll. 2.5 to go in the first quarter for Wichita. This is a draw to Boletsky for Miami, and they knew they were only going to get one more play off before the 2-minute warning. So they try to get Boletsky some yardage down to the Chicago 31-yard line. All 3 timeouts left for Miami. They're on the move.
Go now. 10 Lobo.
4:39 to go in the third quarter for Minnesota, trailing 24-12. This is Rob Crone dropping a throw, 3rd and 4, wide open. Inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line. First down for Miami. And Tyler Falk's got Minnesota down to the 49.
On the ball. On the ball. 56, Mike, 56.
No huddle for Miami. Crone, end zone. Buck Wild down to the 1-yard line. 1.5 to play. Look at the clean pocket for Crone. 122 and counting. Crone to throw again. Has really struggled with red zone turnovers, and this time takes a sack back at the 13-yard line. First, Tyler Falk again with another catch. 4 catches, 68 yards up to the 34-yard line. 1 minute to play in the fourth quarter for Miami. This is Crone dropping a throw, fires down to the 5, and out of bounds at the 2-yard line goes Boletsky. Solberg over the middle, bouncing ball, still loose and incomplete. 46 of you watching the Gauntlet right now. 3rd down and goal at the 2 for Miami to make it a 1-score game. Fake it to Bullet. Crone looking. Someone got to get open. Eventually, Buck Wild ran out of the end zone to the 5. 4th and goal at the 5. How about Chicago's defense inside the 10-yard line on this drive?
Hey, let's go. Hey, Mike 51.
Good punt for New Orleans. Pins Vegas inside the 5. 4th and goal for Crone. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. Taken away. Dallas calls for a fair catch at the 15-yard line. That one looked dangerous. And Miami comes up just a little bit short. Looking again for Buck Wild, who has really struggled the last few weeks. Surprisingly, just cannot find the football. And Jamal Spencer makes the play for Chicago. The Dragons are going to get to 7-6 in sole possession of 4th if Wichita loses to Dallas. Wiseman 21 of 30, 317 yards, had 2 early interceptions in this one, but settled in. And the Dragons, despite their lack of claims, continues to impress in the Eastern Conference. Mac Chima sacked back at the 2-yard line. 4th and 1, Minnesota going for it, and they convert down to the 18-yard line. Chippers getting aggressive, down 12. Miami going to lose their 3rd straight game, fall to 5-8. Rochester right now in the driver's seat to get to 5-8, and that would put Rochester ahead of Miami, as the Pioneers, who were last in the Eastern Conference, could potentially get into 6th place before the day is done. But Minnesota is making a push to the 14-yard line of Rochester with 1:05 to go in the third quarter. Doug Falk dropping a throw, sets up a screen. Got a yard. Third down and 5 yards to go. Miami calling their timeouts. They don't want to let this one go without a fight. They are now out of timeouts, but Chicago on 4th and 7 will have to punt. I am paying attention, Charles. Maxima deep. That pass is complete. Clutch grab to the 42-yard line. 35 seconds, but only one timeout for Vegas due to the 2 failed challenges. Minnesota's got a 1st and goal at the 5. Dalton Brown on the reception. No huddle for Vegas. 22 seconds to go before the break. Mack fires high. And that may have saved Vegas. Stops the clock with 17 seconds to go. Crone firing deep. Miami will have to try again. In some aspects, the game was better for Miami. They had 2 rushing touchdowns inside the 5. But really and truly, this passing game just looks a little broken as Rob Noel from 5 yards out walks right into the end zone, and Minnesota's got a score. 5 comes off the board. We'll have your bingo numbers up on the screen very shortly as Crone's final pass of the game is out of bounds. Timeout for Vegas. They are out of timeouts and they are not in scoring position. And you see the wind really affecting these punts. This one from Dallas. Look out. Nobody touch it. That one from Dallas pops up at the 28-yard line. Final play of the first half for Mac Chima in Vegas. Chima going to air it out to the end zone. He's got one-on-one coverage, but the ball was overthrown, and that is the end of the first half in Vegas. 21-0. The Claws play their best half of football of the season in Sin City. And now let's go to the triple box. We're going to send you to Dallas and Wichita. There's your updated bingo numbers on the screen. Everything past the double hash happened while we were in the quad box. So we got 9 minutes to go in the second quarter in Wichita, 7-0. We've got a 5-point game in Minnesota, 24-19. Rochester ahead by 5. And then we got 21-0 New Orleans on top of Vegas. Another terrible first half for Vegas, who got down to Austin last week in the first half, 35-3. E.K. Solberg dropping a throw on a 3rd down and 8. That is complete. Jamichael Morris, first down for the Flyers. Solberg is 13 of 15 for 89 yards. The only problem is one of his 2 incompletions was an interception that was taken back to the house for our only score of this game. Emmanuel Blackman is 15 of 16 for 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. Unbelievable. You know, if you want to know the truth, folks, screens are difficult to execute because nobody invests in run blocking for wide receivers and tight ends on the outside. If teams invested in that blocking, you would gain a huge advantage because the better the run blocking is on the outside, the better outside runs and the better screens work. But nobody invests in that type of stuff, and so you end up with, you know, screens that it's not a game problem, it's an analytics problem. It's a schematics problem. You have to care about getting good blocking on the outside in order to have good blocking on the outside. Just my 2 cents, folks. I've seen a lot. Casey Mears has a first down, or near a first down, at the 49-yard line. How about Timothy Shea down to the 19-yard line? Wichita in business. 21 is listed twice on the numbers. You know, it is. You're right. You are right about that. Handoff for Ray Chapatulas up to the 43-yard line. Just saying, 2nd down and 2. Mears is dropped in the backfield. 134 yards today for Mears. This is Minnesota's shot right here. 3rd down and 3 with 10 minutes to go in the 4th. Wichita's in the red zone. At the 19-yard line, Solberg got to get rid of it, and he just did. Threw it out of bounds. Deep shot, Blackman, are you kidding me? Emmanuel Blackman down to the 13-yard line. Devin Sparks for 44 yards. Vegas a few weeks ago, they tried to get more aggressive, and maybe Vegas needs to roll the defensive game plan back to before they made those adjustments, as Solberg's pass is caught down to the 3-yard line. New Orleans doing whatever they want. 3rd down and 3, and Minnesota gets the stop with 9:41 to go in the 4th quarter. Final scores of earlier games, 34-24. San Diego defeated Los Angeles, and 35-21. Chicago tops Miami. That pass from Blackman thrown out of the back of the end zone. Wichita trying to get their first points up on the board today. Minnesota gets the stop with 9.5 to go. And they will get the ball to start. They're on their own 20-yard line. Blackman on a little bubble, and that one lost 3 yards. Wasn't a clerical error. I thought Rob Ems was correct. Was it Rob Ems that said that we had the 21, or was it someone? Was that Robert Henson? Whose fault was that? Deep shot. Doug Falk to the 48-yard line. I know it was my fault. 1st down for Minnesota. 28-yard pickup. 308 yards for the Chippers. And they are nearing Rochester territory. 2nd down and goal at the 4 for Wichita. New Orleans also in the red zone. Oh, Chris Delro tried to hurdle, and then he got somersaulted. Blackman into the end zone. That pass incomplete and almost intercepted. 4th and 12 for New Orleans, so a 33-yard field goal upcoming. That would be a new number for us. A 33-yard field goal for New Orleans upcoming. This is Doug Falk on a mesh. Over the middle, has the ball to the Rochester 46-yard line. 3rd down and goal now at the 5. 5 minutes to go in the first half for Wichita. Trying to punch it in, and they will not do so. Down to the 2. We'll see what Wichita elects to do. 33-yard field goal for New Orleans is good. Down to 8:12 to go in the 4th. Minnesota's in striking distance. 5 catches for Tyler Falk. This is their 51st play of the day. That was a 19-yard field goal for Wichita. They elect to take the points. So 33 and 19 come off the board. And it's 7-3, Dallas on top of Wichita. 2nd and 4 for Minnesota with 7.5 to go in the 4th quarter at the Pioneer 28-yard line. Doug Falk to the sideline. That is complete. 3rd down and inches. Vegas has got to get going here. 8:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Another route. 48 of you watching the Game Day Gauntlet right now. Thanks for making us a part of your day. 11 carries, 70 yards for Jack Nitro on a 3rd down and inches. Falk over the middle. That pass is complete. And Minnesota's down to the Rochester 20-yard line with 6:30 to go in the 4th quarter. Mac Chima on a 1st down. Dumps that one off to the 31-yard line. 7-3, Dallas on top of Wichita. Hand off to Jaden Swift. He's got just 4 yards on 4 carries. Second and 4, Chima handoff to Nitro. Nitro got a couple. Now this is Doug Falk. 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Firing to the near. Oh, it's caught on the near sideline. With the equivalent of a bat flip from LaBrice Rowland, his 8th catch. 2nd down and 4 at the 14. Ever so slowly, the Minnesota Chippers getting themselves into position to try to take the lead in this game. That pass is caught. Fumble! Fumble! Rochester picks it up down the sideline to the 33-yard line. They ripped it away. Slumbaum with the fumble recovery. Wow! Ripped away. That was Washington. Johnny Washington, who leads the UFL in interceptions with 6, just forced, I believe, his first fumble of the season. And Matt Wilson and the Rochester Pioneers will take over. You see Wilson's numbers, unbelievable, with 5:37 to go in the fourth quarter. Handoff, Mears. Mears, juke, and there goes Casey down the sideline. Touchdown, Rochester. Are you kidding me? A 66-yard score. Wow. The second touchdown over 50 yards for Casey Mears today. And that game just had a 14-point swing in Minnesota. Unbelievable. No new numbers there. Rochester now up 31-19. 2 plays dramatically changed the outcome of that football game, and now Minnesota's got to recompose themselves. Cameron Duty deep down the field for Dallas, trying to get some points before the half. That's Rashad Lockley. Haven't mentioned much about Dallas's offense today, but Cameron Duty's now 8 of 8 for 74 yards. New Orleans has to punt, so Vegas's defense finally gets a stop with 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Cameron Duty dropping to throw. Dallas up 7-3. That's Neil Rivers on the outside, getting down to the 11-yard line. Jack Nitro, 11 carries, 70 yards in the first half. Hasn't done much on his first couple of carries here in the third quarter. And Falk, 27 of 36 for 264 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Pretty good day at the office for Doug Falk. His team still trails by 12. Falk throws it right to the defender, intercepted, and a block, and a touchdown for Rochester. Oh my goodness! And it's Brendan Slumbaum. Recovers the fumble, and then the easiest interception he could possibly ask for, and Minnesota meltdown. Oh my goodness. And that return goes for 32 yards. 32, a new number off the board. Arguably a 21-point swing in Minnesota in a matter of seconds. 1-yard touchdown for Jaden Swift. 38 was already off the board. 38-19 now. Rochester pouring it on in the last 60 seconds. That is unbelievable. Vegas has crossed the 50. And the extra point coming up for Dallas. Makes it 14-3. 11 plays, 76-yard drive. Handoff, Jack Nitro up to the 45. Vegas trying to avoid the shutout. Man, Doug Falk, his first mistake of the day.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all on.
Unbelievable. Chima over the middle. That's caught down to the 31-yard line of New Orleans. Doug Falk drops to throw. That is incomplete. New Orleans with a win would improve to 4-9. The problem is that Rochester looks like they're going to get to 5-8. Miami falls to 5-8. The bottom of the East getting juicy. Right now, Wichita trying to keep pace with Chicago in the top half of the Eastern Conference standings, but they trail Dallas 14-3. Hand off to Nitro again up to the 27-yard line. 94 yards on 18 carries for Nitro. 3rd down and 10 for Minnesota. And that is picked off. Are you kidding me right now? Broken tackle. Oh my goodness. 5 broken tackles. What is going on? That is Joe Allen with nearly an improbable pick 6 for Rochester. This has been the craziest collapse by a team I've seen all season. 1, 2, 3, 4 people could not bring down Joe Allen. The Pioneers feel like a dark horse in the Eastern Conference playoff race. They are relentless ever since the forced fumble. Minnesota was about to take the lead in this game just, what, a minute and a half ago? What in the world? Mears dropped in the backfield. 199 for Mears. Chima from his 20. That pass is caught down to the 1-yard line. And finally here in the 4th quarter, Vegas starting to put some things together. Clutch grab with the catch. R.J. Gilmer on the sidelines for Wichita. Nice grab there. No huddle here for Vegas. 1st down and goal at the 1-yard line. Chima to throw. Chima looking, going to take off and got bottled up and sacked at the 10. Solberg sacked. Timeout Wichita. They get down to 1 left with 6 seconds to go before the break. I think Wichita gets aggressive here at the 19-yard line. 6 seconds left. Time for another play. Chima in zone wide open, missed him. 2nd and goal, deep shot. That is Matt Wilson with a dime to the corner. Touchdown Rochester. That is ridiculous. Evan Wood. Wichita's pass caught. 1 second left. Down to the 8-yard line. And Mac Chima's pass on 3rd and goal is knocked away. That is 20 straight points for Rochester in about 2 minutes. I've never seen anything like it. And with 1 second to go in the first half, Wichita is 8 yards away, and they're going. Solberg looking. Solberg sacked, and Wichita comes up empty. 4th and goal. Vegas comes up empty. Chima's pass off target, and the Claws get another stop. They reviewed the Evan Wood touchdown, and it is going to stand 44-19. And this 45 will give us a new number off the board with 3:56 to go in the 4th quarter. This has been a very impressive performance by the New Orleans Claws, who've given up 23 total points defensively in their last 7 quarters of work combined, after giving up 40 points to Dallas and 38 points to Wichita 3 and 4 weeks ago. Hand off to Chapatulis. Down to 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Cameron Bumpers on the tackle. It has just not been Vegas's season. But here's the thing. You know, Vegas and Minnesota, they're both going to fall to 3-10. They'll be waiting to see if Salt Lake gets their act together or if they keep falling. But, you know, these teams, they still got to lose 2 more times in the playoffs to be eliminated. You just never know. Ray Chapatulas picks up 15 yards.
Face mask. Defense.
I did not see who got the sack on Solberg, DJ, but Scotty Scruggs did have the pick 6 earlier if you missed it.
Break.
3:52 to go in the fourth quarter. This was 24-19. Minnesota was knocking on the door of a game-changing score when unclaimed players for Rochester just came out of the... Johnny Washington, unclaimed, spectacular this season, 6 interceptions. Brendan Slumbaum, now 3 picks, and he had a pick 6, 95 tackles for Rochester. He's their second leading tackler behind E.K. Vincent's 136. 8:46 to go in the fourth. Handoff Chapatulas again. 2nd down and 2 for Dallas, up 14-3 on Wichita. Ryan Van Holten got the sack. Good call, Neil. 3:23 to go in the fourth.
It's just me and you. It's just me.
Oh, good throw on the sideline. Wow, there's a flag, though. It's going to be a hold on New Orleans. Oh, my goodness. Doug Falk just threw another one. And turning around to make the play, there goes Rochester. It's a 50-piece on Minnesota. You've got to be kidding me. This is unbelievable. Rochester, I've lost count at the amount of defensive scores that Rochester has gotten in this fourth quarter. This is, by all accounts, an absolute, complete collapse. 27 fourth quarter points for Rochester, and 3 of them pick 6, and another one a ridiculous throw to the corner by Matt Wilson to Evan Wood.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
52-19. That is only the 3rd time this season a team has scored over 50. Austin did it against Chicago, and Phoenix did it against Vegas. It's the 2nd most points scored in a UFL game this season. 52-19. Folks, it was 24-19 with 6 minutes to go. They have scored 28 points in 3 minutes. And that's got to be a UFL record. That is wild. Jaden Swift takes the handoff to the Wichita 30-yard line. Dallas is in scoring position at the Wichita 30. Mac Chima's got a deep ball down the sideline. Ethan Flowers couldn't hang on. Man, Vegas has had a drops problem. Oh, it looked like that was a pick. How is that not a pick? Upper left-hand corner. Wichita's got to challenge this. Look at this play. Oh, he didn't get the second foot in. Oh, that's a brilliant pick. Clutch Grab's got a first down to the New Orleans 35. Brought in with one hand by Clarkson, but I do think it was out of bounds. This is going to be a 47-yard field goal for Dallas. That field goal is good. So 47 is off the board. 17-3. Dallas now leads Wichita. Jack Nitro got pushed all the way into his bench. Down to 2:40 to go in Minnesota. No huddle offense for Vegas on a 2nd down and 12. Deep shot, Shima, one-on-one coverage. Wow, almost picked. Flowers had to turn into a defender on that play.
Hey, alert three. Single, single in the slot.
Doug Falk looking sacked. Unreal. And another play that could have been made. It was Nitro down the field. Vegas needs some hands. Nitro and a little Texas route. I mean, it's a tough catch, but still got to be able to bring that one in. BK Solberg trying to get the Wichita offense rolling. 21 of 25 for 200 yards. Not a terrible day for BK. That one pick earlier hurt, though. Falk deep shot down the field, and no one is there. 4th and 17. 4th and 12 for Vegas, going for it again on 4th down. And it's overthrown and incomplete. Unbelievable. New Orleans might actually do it. Shutout still intact with 6:19 to go in the 4th quarter. And Minnesota just going to punt it away. 2nd down and 1. Wichita goes backwards of yards. Eight minutes to go in the 3rd. Look at Blackman, 19 of 22, 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. 6:19 to go in the 4th. Handoff, Ray to the 44-yard line. 77 yards on 24 carries. Rochester's got the ball back with 1:49 to go on their 2-yard line. On a little counter, and look at Ronnie Everidge go. Unreal. Wichita does have to punt. They had a 2nd down and 1 and could not convert. Punting into the wind. Dallas will start on their own 31-yard line. The frustration is building for Vegas. Jaden Swift, 10 carries, 40 yards. Minnesota has lost 4 straight. Salt Lake has lost 5 straight. Miami's now lost 3 straight. Wichita could lose 3 straight. And the losing streak appears to be snapped today from New Orleans. They had lost 3 in a row. Ray, 1st down. 5:08 and counting. Ray wants them to run the clock, and that's what they're doing. Down to 35 seconds in Minnesota. Mears on the handoff, a brilliant day, 216 yards. 6:10 to go in the 3rd in Wichita. Cameron Duty on a play-action fake. Got just a block at the last second, but then it's Zachary Odom with the takedown anyway, forcing a Dallas punt. Good defensive stand there from Wichita. And it is a final in Minnesota. That was one of the wildest 4th quarters I've ever seen. 24-19 Rochester. Minnesota had an opportunity to take the lead with a touchdown. And inside the 20-yard line, Rochester forces a fumble. And then in the next 3 minutes goes on to score 28 unanswered points to bury the Chippers, with potentially Vegas at the bottom of the Western Conference. Minnesota had 386 yards in this game, but Rochester had almost as many rushing yards as passing yards, averaged 10.3 yards a play, won the turnover battle 4-0, and that's all she wrote. Here's your final look at the stats for Minnesota and Rochester. To the double box now, where we've got Wichita with the football. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Trailing Dallas 17-3. Chris Delrose got the first down. 23 yards on 6 carries. We also have New Orleans potentially pitching a shutout. Have we had a shutout in the UFL this season? Yes, Salt Lake was blanked by New York on May 31st, 31-0. 2:12 to go in the fourth quarter for New Orleans. Ray dropped back to the 32-yard line. It would be a 49-yard field goal from here. It'll be 3rd down and 9 after the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 9 for Wichita. Delro keeping his feet. Up to the 39, 31 yards on 8 carries, 3rd down and 2 for Wichita. Don't forget, coming up, we've got the big one tonight. You won't want to miss it. New York at Dakota, 10-2 Lightning at 11-1 Rhinos. A big-time game. Then Salt Lake trying to snap their losing streak against St. Louis, who's hoping to catch New York at the top of the standings. They would do so if New York lost and St. Louis got a win. We're about to have I believe, a field goal attempt here from New Orleans from 46 yards. So this would be a new number off the board. A 46-yard field goal for New Orleans is good. That makes it 27-0. And 46 is your new number off the board. 3 numbers in the 40s. Off the board here in the later stages. Wichita's going to boot it away. 2:43 to go in the third there. Well, Vegas has 1 minute and 19 seconds left to try to halt the shutout. What a performance by New Orleans. Their last 3 games of the season are against Miami, who has really struggled, Rochester, who's surging, and then Miami again. So you never know. The Claws could make some noise late in the season. Meanwhile, for Vegas, they're going to fall to 3-10. Vegas's final 3 games of the season are Los Angeles, Dakota, and Salt Lake. Los Angeles and Salt Lake under 500. Of course, we all know what Dakota's been doing. Dakota beat Vegas in the playoffs last season in the first round. Then Chima sacked again. It's up to Wichita's defense right now to get a stop because their offense has not been able to produce. That is a stop right there. Just Duty's 3rd incompletion. How about Rochester? They are winners of 4 of their last 5. They're going to be in New York next week, followed by hosting New Orleans and then at Dallas, a playoff rematch. That should be juicy. Deep shot for Chima on a 3rd down and 19. Nope. 4th down Vegas, and I think they're just going to punt. Shutout, I believe, secured by the New Orleans defense. It's given up just 23 points in the last 2 weeks since completely reshaping their defensive identity. Livingston with the knockaway there. 4th and 10. Dallas has to punt it away. That Wichita defense is fighting. They are fighting out there. That kick goes all the way out of the back of the end zone. That's the direction the wind is blowing. Vegas will just punt it away, wave the white flag. The New Orleans Claws are going to improve to 4-9. They'll still be last place in the East, but got to be feeling pretty good about where they're going right now as a football team. 59 seconds to go in the third quarter for Solberg and the Flyers. They got to get something going here. BK now 24 of 28 for 219 yards. Solberg to throw again over the middle. That's caught. First down to the 31. That keeps the chains moving for the Flyers as we approach the end of the third quarter. Coming up next week on the Game Day Gauntlet, Rochester at New York, Dallas at Chicago. Boy, those are juicy. Wichita at Austin. Spicy. Salt Lake at San Diego. That should be compelling. And then Minnesota's got to take on St. Louis. In prime time, we've got Phoenix at Dakota, Vegas at Los Angeles, and then Monday night, it's Miami at New Orleans. Some interesting games there on the docket. Rochester, New York might be worth a flex. Last season, LA beat Vegas 51-0. That was a crazy game. Phoenix, Dakota, of course, was the epic comeback from Dakota that essentially turned the Rhinos' season around. Solberg, back to pass, following a hold. That'll help erase the penalty yardage. Delro picks up 18 yards on the catch. 266 yards for Wichita today. Delro up to 7 catches for 79 yards. And there you have it. Vegas just 219 yards of offense today. They fall to New Orleans 27-0. A big-time win for the Claws. And now we'll go to Dallas and Wichita for the conclusion of the Gauntlet today.
Hey, watch the slant.
Wow, on 3rd down and 1, Solberg's pass is volleyballed. That'll bring up 4th down and 1, and I think Wichita's got to punt it again. A little light on the bingo numbers today. We'll see if we can get anything out of this 4th quarter in Wichita. That ball swatted away by Scotty Scruggs.
Come on now, let's go.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
I'm trying to collect.
Get it.
Get it, baby.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
Let's go, D. It's gonna be a long day.
2nd and 9 for Cameron Duty. He is taken down. That's Bell with the sack. Dallas has just 120 passing yards today. They only have 170 total yards. Wichita at 266. Yet despite only 170 yards of offense, Dallas leads this game by 2 scores. A surprising low-scoring game. These two teams usually partake in shootouts.
On the double.
54, right there. 54 Mike. Warrior John.
Let go.
Mike, we ain't giving him nothing.
3rd and long, Duty going deep. Oh, Rashad Lockley lost it. I thought Lockley had it there, but Wichita's going to get another stop here with 9:48 to go. Brandon, those games are all wrapped up. They went final. This is the last game of the Gauntlet left standing. New York, Dakota, Salt Lake, St. Louis coming up tonight on Coast to Coast.
On the ready.
58, 58, Mike. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do this.
There you go, R.J. Gilmer with the catch. 5 for 64 yards for R.J. Gilmer today. And Wichita's in Dallas territory. Good point, Josh. All the road teams have won so far today. Last week, 5 of the 8 teams won on the road.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Pick it up. Pick it up.
The week before that, it was home teams going 6-2. First and 10, Solberg's pass caught by Timothy Shea. Wichita's got a shot here at the 24-yard line. And where would this game be if they would have gotten a touchdown on the last play of the first half? $5 super chat from Ray Colston. The commission wants all games to hurt, including bingo games.
You can't block me.
I think I'll be giving out some bonus numbers, depending upon what happens here on this drive. Gilmore gets down to the 19-yard line. We typically like to fill that bottom 4th row. We have not filled it today.
Ready, ready. 15 line. 15 line.
Watch the pass.
Hit it.
Solberg to the sideline for Delro.
That's it, baby.
Ready, break.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
51st play of the game for Wichita.
Now.
Hand off Pollard. Got a first down. Down to the 9-yard line.
That's it, baby.
8 and 9 currently not off the board in the single digits.
Down. 18 Gator.
Under 7 to go. Down 17-3.
Pick up the ball.
Dallas on top of Wichita. Hand off again to Pollard. And we stay at the 9-yard line. 17 yards on 8 carries. He's getting more work than usual.
Set. 60 outlaw. And
Second and goal.
Leaf river. Leaf river.
Fake to Delro. Oh, and Solberg missed his mark. Now it's 3rd and goal at the 9-yard line. A field goal is not going to do Wichita any good here.
And up. 30 base.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Empty backfield for Solberg from 9 yards out.
Ready.
BK, clean pocket, end zone, touchdown from 9 yards away, R.J. Gilmer. And a 9 comes off the board. Wichita's first offensive touchdown of the day, and they're right back in it. Just the 9, folks. Just the 9. All right, what can Wichita's defense do on this next drive? Oh my, do we have a bingo? If we do, that's the end of bingo. That's the end of bonus numbers. Wow. Mike Coco with the bingo here on Gauntlet. Injuries are off, Brandon. Under 6 to play in the fourth quarter, 17-10, Dallas on top of Wichita. Down to 5:10 to go, second down and 9. Can the Flyers get a stop? And they will. Casey Reed drops Jaden Swift in the backfield. Wichita's defense continues to have a pretty great day. They bottled up Jaden Swift. Now it's 3rd and long. This could be Wichita's moment right here. 4.5 to go. Cameron Duty, sideline. Lockley, incomplete. And Wichita's defense gets a stop. Woo, just let him out of bounds by mere inches. And the Flyers have an opportunity.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
PK Solberg, 31 of 38. 291 yards. Still that one mistake taken back for a touchdown by Scotty Scruggs, and that is the difference in this game. Solberg down to the bottom, caught by Timothy Shea down to the 27. Down to 4 minutes remaining. Solberg again to Shea. That's caught to the 33-yard line, first down. 6 catches, 79 yards for Timothy Shea. 3:40 to play. Solberg looking, got to get rid of it, BK. Sacked by Ryan Van Holten. That's a loss of 14. 3rd sack of the day for Dallas, and the Talons come up with a big stop there. Solberg now, 2nd and long. That one swatted away, looking for Shea. Now it's 3rd and 24. Flyers going the wrong way.
Let's go. 90 Wolf.
54 Mike. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Solberg to throw against a 4-man rush, and Van Holten got there again. His 3rd sack of the day.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And on 4th and 30, I don't think you can realistically go for this here. Van Holten now with 8 sacks this season. That would put him 13th in the league. Kayshawn Lynch of Phoenix and Rip Cuby of Miami lead the way with 13. Casey Reed of Wichita has 10. Malachi Pfister of Dakota has 10. And Lael Cornish of Rochester has 10. So Wichita's got to rely on their defense once again with 2:37 to go in the fourth quarter.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Yeah, let's get set lunch.
First down, Dallas.
Big grip.
Gonna hand it off to Jaden Swift, and again, Swift is corralled at the line of scrimmage. 2:33 to go in the fourth quarter. Bell's sixth tackle. Dallas next week at Chicago. That is going to be a really, really good game in the Eastern Conference. And then Wichita's got to go to Austin to contend with the Lone Stars, who seem to have their stuff back together. Hand off to Swift. That is short of the first down, so a 3rd and 1 coming up. Harper Dew's third tackle. .228 to play. One timeout for the Flyers. Can they hold on? Swift got the first down to the 41-yard line, and now Wichita is up against it. They would need a miracle. By the way, Mordecai Pfister has 9 sacks, and Menachem Pfister has 8. 2:20 to go, fourth quarter. Play fake, Cameron Duty. Cameron Duty standing, looking for someone to throw to, and he threw a pick. Oh, my goodness. Cameron Duty and the Talons probably thinking, well, we don't want to leave this up to chance, but Aurora Ingram just signed a couple of weeks back for Wichita, makes the interception. Taking the ball away from Neil Rivers, and Wichita has new life. Unreal. Dallas in a precarious position at 8-4. A game back of St. Louis. Lost to Phoenix last week, trying to close the deal here today. But now it's back in the hands of BK Solberg, but he's got no timeouts. Second and 10 for the Flyers, down 17-10. It's been a defensive ball game in Kansas. Windy Kansas. BK out of the backfield to Delro. That's not going to get him much, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Third down, 7 yards to go for the Flyers. BK to throw. BK's going long. Deep downfield. Caught by Shea. To the Dallas 23. Timothy Shea pulls out a miracle. And the Flyers have 1:35 left on the clock. Solberg down the sideline, almost picked off. The 35th completion for Solberg with 365 yards to his name. That was Bernstein with the deflection. Solberg out of the gun. Solberg late to the sideline. It's picked off. It's Scotty Scruggs. His second of the day. And the big fella is the reason for the Dallas winning season. From elation to depression. Flyers fans stunned as Dallas is going to get win number 9. Two pick sixes for Scotty Scruggs in the same game. Unbelievable. And the extra point is good for Dallas, 24-10. 1:21 left. I suppose there's still time. All 3 timeouts, but it feels impossible now. And the reasons why that is big for Dallas is if you finish top 2 in the East, you get a double bye. They are chasing St. Louis. That would put them just a half game back. Wichita gets a break with Miami losing, but they did not get a break with Chicago winning, so the Flyers will be in the 5 spot in the East. If the playoffs started today, they would play New Orleans in the opening round. Yeah, Mag, I agree. One of Dallas's 4 losses is Vegas at the bottom of the standings. You know, Dallas also lost to Minnesota. Didn't they lose to Minnesota in overtime? So the Talons have lost to the 2 bottom teams in the Western Conference, yet they are 9-4. You never know. Dallas's defense has scored more points than their offense has today. Down to 48 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and Solberg's pass is over the head of the intended target.
Ready up.
54. Mike 54. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Ready, ready.
4th down. BK's pass is caught. Down to 43 seconds to go.
Let's go.
3rd catch for Atkins. The amount of defensive touchdowns we've seen in the second half of this season has been wild. Don't forget, we got a great coast-to-coast doubleheader for you tonight. New York at Dakota, Salt Lake at St. Louis. Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith from Sioux Falls. And Tyler Falk and Eric Vincent from Missouri. Down to 30 seconds to go. The time has almost run out on the Flyers today, who will drop their 3rd game in a row. A pass caught by Gilmer, but the time is ticking away. Miami and Wichita on 3-game losing streaks in the East. New Orleans snaps their 3-game losing streak in the East. Minnesota has now lost 5, and Salt Lake will try to snap their 5-game losing streak tonight in St. Louis. That ball, Timothy Shea looked like his arm was getting held. There is no call, and that is the final score. 24-10. Cue the outro. It was some kind of day here on the Game Day Gauntlet. San Diego and Los Angeles battled all afternoon long in California, but the Wildcats, led by Payne Price, outlasted Los Angeles 34-24 in that one. Chicago and Miami were tied at 14 at the break, but K. Marion took over in the 3rd quarter with one of the best catches in UFL history, and Chicago's weapons helped him overtake Miami 35-21. Rochester and Minnesota was nip and tuck in the 4th quarter. 24-19. Pioneers led with 6 minutes to go, and Minnesota was in the red zone when disaster struck, and a forced fumble by the Pioneers helped lead Rochester to score 28 points in 3 minutes in the fourth quarter and bounce the Chippers 52-19. New Orleans came into Vegas with a purpose today. They shut out Vegas and helped the Devils to nearly less than 200 yards of offense. New Orleans gets the shutout. Their defense looks for real. Their offense finally got going, and they win 27-0. Then finally, Scotty Scruggs, 2 pick sixes on the day to go along with 7 tackles. That was the difference in Dallas's 24-10 win over Wichita. And that's a wrap for us on the Game Day Gauntlet here from Week 13. New York and Dakota, a potential championship preview. Salt Lake and St. Louis coming up on UFL Coast to Coast starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith on the call for game number 1. For all of us at the UFL, I am UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine. Thanks for joining us here on the Week 13 Gauntlet. We'll see you next week, July 5th, just after 4th of July, on your 4th of July weekend for more great UFL action in week number 14. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you back here for Coast to Coast action here on VFM.